Okay, so we talk about the theory behind stream ciphers. Let's see some examples. I will start with an historical one, RC4, which is badly broken, by the way, and nobody should be using it. People are still using it, but nobody should be using it. So it was designed by Ron Rivers in 1987, so it is a very old cipher. It was designed for RSA security, kept as a trade secret until it was reverse engineered in 1994. It has a variable key size. It can be as small as 40 bits, which is really short, by the way, but it can be as large as 248 bits. It is simple, fast, and have large period. We know that its period is larger than 10 to the power of 100 when your secret key is 128 bits. So as you can see, the period is really large. So period is not a problem here. It processes the plain text byte by byte. So it might be surprising because I told you that when people and students write a thesis, they say that block ciphers work on blocks and stream ciphers work on bits. But this is a cipher from 1987 and it doesn't work on bits, but it works on bytes. So as you can see, this is not the difference between a stream cipher and a block cipher. It was used in many standards like SSL TLS version 1 for secure web communications, IEEE wireless LAN standards like WEP, wired equivalent privacy. So the name badly failed because it is not equivalent to wired privacy, right? We can break it. So actually some people, throughout the world, detect if people are still using web. And if they do, in a very short time, they capture their Wi-Fi passwords. And there's a web page where people announce them by putting the GPS location. So this was a thing years ago because the Wi-Fi wasn't that readily available. Nowadays, it is easier to access Wi-Fi because, some towns already provide it freely and so on. But in the past, it was a problem when you travel abroad. So before going to, holiday to Paris or Rome, you first look at that web page and see where you can get a free Wi-Fi, get the coordinates. So when you're traveling, you just get to those buildings and, use those passwords that are announced on the web and use other people's Wi-Fi. Of course, this is illegal, but, this is what people did. Also, Microsoft point-to-point encryption and so on. Many algorithms actually included RC4 in the past. So I will just show you the pseudocode to show you how simple the algorithm is. So key setup is as follows. So you have like 16 bytes here. So you assign value I to SI here from I equals to 0 to 255. Then you start a for loop where you, initialize J as J plus SI plus K, which will be your secret key, but these are byte values, so you will be adding byte values. Then, due to the value of I and J, you swap the values SI and SJ. Okay, this is the key setup. So after this, your key is ready. Then you produce key stream, and it is as follows. Similarly, we use with I and J. I is incremented by 1, but J is incremented by SI value. Okay, then you swap SI, SJ. Then the output is, SI plus SJ modulo 256. So this will be your internal state, You will be swapping a lot of values, then adding them. And this addition is, not an XOR operation, addition modulo, 2 to the 8, because these are byte values. Then you produce. So actually, your key determines which bytes you are going to, add and then swap. So by looking at this, this will be your key stream byte. So a very simple idea. Very nice for 1987, but of course, for today, it is not good. So as I mentioned, wired equivalent privacy uses RC4 to encrypt packets for transmission over IEEE 802.11 wireless local area networks. To avoid producing the same key stream, WEP requires each packet to be encrypted with a different RC4 key. RC4 key used for WEP is concatenation of a 24-bit IV. This should be random, and a 40 or 104-bit long-term key. So even if you use a 104-bit long-term key, we can break the system. This is the bad thing about RC4. So one weakness is 24-bit IV is too short because 2 to the 24 is not that large. You will be reusing the same IV from time to time. And one of the good attacks was due to Fleury Martin and Shamir in 2001. They observed that the first bytes of the key stream are not random. With certain IVs, and we are going to call them weak IVs, an attacker knowing the first byte of the key stream and the first n bytes of the key can try the n plus first byte of the key. So, byte by byte, you capture the whole secret key in this attack, but it only works for certain IVs. So in one communication, it doesn't work. You wait for them to choose another IV and so on. And of course, it starts by knowing the first bytes of the key stream, right? But you can do it because first byte of the plain text in WEP comes from snap header, which is almost AA in hexadecimal. So you know the cipher text byte, you guess that this will be the first byte of the plain text, you XOR them, get the key stream byte, then perform the Fleury Martin Shamir attack, which gives you the second byte of the key, and so on and so forth. But a better attack appeared. The title of the paper was Breaking 104-bit WEP in less than 60 seconds due to Thies, Weinman, and Fishkin. And this attack does not record weak IVs. So if somebody is using WEP, you can capture their password in a minute. And this always works. And there are already software for that. So you don't even need to implement this attack yourself. All you need to is to find the WEP and try that software and capture the password in less than a minute. Okay. So RC4 should not be used. This is why people stopped using it. Also, it was introduced in SSL TLS. So around 2013, Google replaced RC4 with Cha-Cha. Okay, and we will see that in a minute.